After a separation, breakup, or a divorce, a lot of the tips out there have to do with allowing yourself to feel your emotions, right? Feel through your emotions, let them flow, let them pass, and you get it, right? You get it, but you're like, but how? Like, how, how do you really feel your emotions? What does that mean? Right. And so in this video, I will talk to you about what that means and three things that you can do right now to help you feel more comfortable with feeling your emotions without the need to numb them. So let's begin. One of the reasons why it's difficult for you to feel emotions is because, well, number one, it's not taught, right? Like we were not really taught in school to do these types of things. Depending on how you were brought up, it may have been taught to you, but for a lot of us, it was not taught. The skill was not taught. This feeling, your feelings thing is a skill set, right? But it was not taught, unfortunately. So, give yourself compassion for that because a lot of us didn't really learn this skill properly, right? And second is one of the reasons why we have trouble feeling our emotions is because it's just unfamiliar and it feels scary, right? So if we perceive that something is scary or unpleasant, then we're naturally going to avoid it, because as humans we tend to avoid distressing, painful, unpleasant things, right? And that includes emotions. And the third reason as to why we tend to numb our emotions instead of feel them is because somehow deep down we don't feel safe in feeling the emotions. When you're able to feel your emotions, you need to be able to create safety in your body to ensure that you are able to do it. Because if you don't feel safe, safety is a primary driver for all humans. If you don't feel safe in feeling your emotions, you're most likely not going to follow through with it, right? And so safety is one of the things that you can cultivate within you, right? It can be as easy as breath. And there are going to be a lot of videos here as well, to not in this video, but other videos to help you with creating that safety as well. So when you are able to create that safety within you, it definitely makes it much easier. So what are the three things that you can do right now to help you with feeling your emotions? The first one that you can do is to feel and notice sensations in your body. It doesn't have to be your emotions first. This is like the warm up, right? So, what you want to do is get into a comfortable spot where you feel safe and uninterrupted, especially if this practice is unfamiliar to you. And so, you want to sit, relax, and make sure that you are going to be uninterrupted, and you can close your eyes for this. And as you close your eyes, you want to scan your body for any weird feeling, any weird sensation, right? So what you're looking for is maybe itchiness, right? You feel itchy. Maybe it's heavy, it's light. Maybe it feels crampy. Maybe it feels tight. Any of those feelings. Maybe it feels like burning in your skin, whatever it is. So pause this video right now and close your eyes and notice what is happening in your body. And so how did that go? So when you notice sensations such as this, like even tingling anywhere in your body, this is how you start feeling your emotions. You feel your emotions in your body, right? You have thoughts in your mind, but your emotions are felt all over your body. So when you're able to create that awareness in your body, whether it be just a small sensation and you can pay attention to it, that is the first step for you to be able to create that safety to feel your emotions. And also that helps you become more aware of what really is happening in our body, because sometimes especially if you've gone through traumatic experiences, you tend to dissociate from your body, right? And this is just allowing you to bring yourself back to your body. And so when you're able to just feel those sensations, then eventually over time, and you practice this over time, the more you practice it, the more you get better, right? So sometimes, if you're working set a timer, and then just allow yourself to close your eyes and do that quick body scan and just scan for any sensations. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to overanalyze it. You really just need to pay attention to the things that are happening in your body, because this is the start. Now, once you're able to feel comfortable feeling sensations in your body, you'll start to learn where things feel, where emotions are felt within your body, which leads us to number 2, right? Number 2 is being able to learn how to name your emotions, right? And this is going to be hard at the beginning. This is going to be a challenge. You know, if I ask you how you feeling, most people would say good or bad, right? Good, or I feel like shit. How can you expand that vocabulary, right? So now is about expanding your vocabulary. Instead of saying good, how can you say, I feel joyful, I feel happy, I feel grateful, right? Or, you know, if you don't feel so hot, I feel sad, I feel remorse, I feel guilty, I feel shameful, and really just add those emotions in. If this is hard for you, Google it, right? Google is great, and just type in, you know, emotion wheel. That's a great resource, as well as just a list of human emotions. You can do that, and then you can, you know, you can have that list or that wheel, and then you can start reading what the emotions are, and then you can start expanding your vocabulary. This is a skill set, like I said, right? So being able to expand your emotions, and instead of, you know, someone asking you how do you feel, you're going to say something like, well, I'm ecstatically inspired. Right? You can expand that vocabulary, but this comes with, you know, being really in tune with your body, which, you know, the first exercise helps you with, and over time allowing yourself to recognize what that is and match it to whatever name it fits best for you. This third one is a fun one, and this is a fun one, and this, you can use this tip particularly if you are someone who tends to avoid their feelings. You know logically that you got to do it, right? But then you kind of avoid it, or sometimes you're just stuck, like you don't know exactly what you're feeling, and like you just feel confused. You want to feel it, but you don't know where to start, and it's one of those one-off moments where normally you can name your emotions, but this time it's kind of like weird. This third tip is fun because you get to find a song that you can relate to that conveys the emotion that you're currently feeling. So this is actually one of my favorites, because there are times where I'm like, I don't know what I'm feeling. So somehow intuitively, I'll either just hear a song when I'm out, or you can, if you have a playlist that you already have, or you can even just Google a playlist like heartbreak songs or something like that, or sadness songs or happiness songs, like kind of like gauge where you're at in the emotions, and then look at a list. And then if you find a song and you listen to it, and you look at the lyrics and you hear the lyrics and you hear the emotion in the singers or bands or whoever's singing it, whoever the singer is, you can hear that in their voice, and you're able to relate to it. That is one of the best ways where you can actually start feeling as well, because then you can also feel seen and heard and understood, because this person, you know, and you don't feel alone, because then it feels like your own emotions are being conveyed through the song. And then after that, you'll be able to better articulate what you're actually feeling. So yes, this is a fun one. This also gets to be an emotional one, but it is one of these things that helps us, right? Music has been around since caveman days, right? And by being able to take advantage of this, you can really it's very therapeutic. So the 3 things to help you feel your emotions without numbing them is: number 1, just notice any sensation in your body. Number 2, name the emotion. And number 3, find a song that you can relate to for this moment in time. And, you know, add that up, put that on a playlist, put it in a Word document or something for next time, right? So I hope these 3 things helped. You know, if we just allowed ourselves to feel more, we can actually receive a lot more meaning in life. And when you're able to actually feel your emotions without numbing them, you will only have your future self will thank you, because when you can feel your emotions and process them now as they're happening, it allows for you to no longer be triggered in the future. Because the reason why we get emotionally triggered now is because there's some shit in the past that we haven't fully processed. So if you're able to feel your emotions now, you only have your future self to thank you. The more you avoid it, the more shit you got to deal with in the future, right? Because what we resist will continue persisting until we take a look at that. So I hope this helped. This is exactly what I help my clients with as well. And so if you have any interest in that, message me or comment below.